Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Nonstop XP. Hope you all are doing good. Alright, so I was in the middle of making another Tick Thoughts video and I came across this one.
90% of the times, men are the reason why women cheat in a relationship.
Wrong.
Now, as soon as I saw it, I was like, bruh, I need to debunk everything this guy is saying because it's nonsense. It's bad advice, right? He is pandering to one side. It's like completely shifting the blame to men only where it comes to cheating, and that doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna go through this and tell you all why what he's saying is actually very wrong. So let's go back to the beginning of his video. He starts off by saying 90% of the time men are the reason why women cheat in their relationship. Listen, plain facts, that is nonsense. That is garbage. What are you talking about, man? Let's get serious. No one else is responsible other than the person who decided to cheat. That's just facts, right? You can't say something like 90% of the time it's the guy's fault. That's just gonna give a lot of people excuses to shift blame. What's going to happen is they are going to do exactly what they want out of selfishness and lust, and then blame it on one of these excuses in your video.
If you're a man in a relationship and you're making your woman feel insecure with her looks and everything else, she is tempted to go out there to go look for that security.
If you're with someone and they are making you feel insecure about the way you look in a very mean and hurtful way, use your goddamn words like an adult. Communicate that problem. You have options. You don't need to just go have sex with the next person that finds you attractive. That's nonsense. You are devaluing yourself and using that as an excuse to justify what you're doing. So as I said, and I'm gonna repeat myself a lot in this video, a lot of the reasons he give here are just excuses. The best and only options you need is one, either you communicate the problem with your partner, and if they do not comply over a certain period of time, you use the second option, which is when you leave. It's really not complicated. But before we move into the next one, if you agree with everything that I've been saying so far, feel free to hit subscribe. It would help out a lot. And if you do, leave any video or topic that you want to hear me talk about down in the comments below. I'm replying to all comments, so don't worry, I got you. Anyway, let's jump back into the video.
Number two, if you're a man in a relationship and you don't communicate when things go wrong, you don't let your woman communicate her feelings or how she wants to be loved, she is tempted to go out there to go communicate that with somebody else.
Now, this is one of the most common bullshit excuses I hear a lot when I talk to people who've been cheated on or who've cheated in the past, right? They use this lack of communication as this justification for what they did. But isn't going outside of your relationship the biggest form of lack of communication? Like, if your relationship is so bad to the point where you feel like you need to go sleep with someone else or emotionally cheat with someone else, why not communicate that? It's a process. A lot of people try to dodge this and blame it on these nonsense excuses. Oh, he didn't talk to me more. He didn't talk about his feelings more. How does that result in you taking a whole other dick? Like, listen, the reality of it is, and as I said before, it's lust. Lust is one of the main reasons why people cheat. That idea of doing this thing that is so naughty. You naughty, right? That idea of doing this thing that is so wrong but feels so right is one of those moments where you're enjoying doing something that's bad and then you need an excuse, you need something to blame it on, right? Most people never own up to it. Like, how I tell if someone has actually grown is when I meet someone who can admit that they cheated and that they just cheated because of lust. I cheated because, bro, this girl just looked really good. She looked a lot better than the girl that I was with at the time, and I didn't want to stop, right? When you meet someone who can acknowledge that in themselves, it shows that they've grown, right? It shows that they have some type of self-awareness. But blaming it on, oh well, we had a lack of communication, A lack of communication isn't going to magically make you land on a dick somewhere. Like, bro, come on.
Number 3, lack of attention. If you're a man and you're not providing your woman with all the love and the attention that she needs in that relationship, she'll be tempted to go out there to go seek that out. So men, wise up.
Alright, so if you're in a relationship and there's a lack of anything, whether that's attention, communication, or whatever, do your part. Your job is to try and fix the problem, right? You can't just up and use one of these things as an excuse to go do whatever the hell you want. A lot of the times, these things end up in situations you never thought you'll ever in your entire life thought you'd be in, right? Like, there's a lot of people that die in these situations. There's a lot of people that catch STDs in these situations. Like, when you really think about the consequences of using one of these as an excuse to just follow that lustful desire that you have, you kind of realize how downright dirty of a human being you are. And that was pretty much the end of his video. Now, making your girl feel insecure, giving her a lack of attention or a lack of communication, all of these things are important in a relationship, but none of them should ever be used as an excuse to go outside of that. If you have an issue with any of these things, the first thing that you need to do is you need to bring it up to your partner, the person that you're with, right? Boyfriend, girlfriend, doesn't matter. Just say something. Talk about it, right? Address the issue. There's no way for your partner to adjust if you're just gonna like be silent, but then you're going to use that lack of communication as an excuse to do something even worse. That doesn't make sense. That's just giving yourself justification. And what's really fucked up is the fact that a lot of the girls who watch people like this guy or Derek Jackson, they go into their relationship thinking that they're always right about everything, right? And if they do something wrong, it's the guy's fault. So you're putting this out into the world and you're guiding people. You guys are influencers, right? And you all are not thinking about what you are saying and how it's actually going to affect people in the world, right? It's it's just really ridiculous. So you pretty much told people in this video, over 20,000 people saw this video, I think it was even more, that if you decide to cheat, it's your man's fault. You can use any of these 3 excuses and you're in the clear. It comes off as pandering. It sounds like you are just trying to stick to this lady audience and you're trying your best to kind of appeal to them as much as possible, right? Personally, I think everyone should get blamed when it comes to relationships. That's how you result in more successful relationships, because if there's less blame being shifted, people get to learn from their mistakes, learn from the bad decisions that they've made, instead of telling this one group, oh yeah, you're always right. 90% of the time, it's the guy's fault. Now, all of this, everything that I said in this video is from personal experience, right? It's been me experiencing a lot of things in life, meeting people that are going through it in the worst ways, right? And stuff like that. And what I do is I just try my best to learn as much as I can, so my life won't be hectic, right? That's the main goal. Well, for me. I'm not sure about y'all, but I would implore you to try. It's one of those really nice feelings you get when you finally build a relationship with someone and you can lie down at night with a smile on your face, like not really worrying too much about a lot of the craziness that has happened like in this world with people and couples and stuff like that, right? It's something that takes time, obviously. You need to meet the right person that you're compatible with, and then you need to share standards that you have. Your relationship would never be perfect, no relationship is, but there are a lot of things that you can put in place in terms of the way you think that will result in your relationship going as smoothly as possible. The thing that I've recently caught myself saying a lot is that relationships aren't complicated, people are just stupid. And it's true. But anyway, I hope you all learned something from this video. And if you all have any questions or a topic that you want to hear me talk about, feel free to post it in the comments below. And subscribe to help me cross 1,000 subs. I'm still on 600 and that sucks. I'd really appreciate it if you all help me get up there. But most importantly, you all have a great fucking day. Later.